Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at my Book Look 3 selections. So all of the books I'm showing you today are fiction books, and these are books that are part of series. So everything I'm showing you are books that are either new in the series, or else our library just didn't have all of the books in the series. Because sometimes that happens. I have to kind of go back through and fill holes, for lost books or books that just got overlooked. And then I also purchased some series just new to us. So I'm going to start by showing you book number 19 of the I Survived series by Lauren Tarshis. And this is I Survived the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. So here it is, I Survived number 19. And if you're looking for a historical fiction book, I Survived is always a great choice for that, because the events, the historical events, often catastrophic, that happen in them are real. Those things really happened. But then the characters and some other details have been fictionalized for your entertainment purposes. So I Survived number 19, The Great Molasses Flood. Next up, we have a book in the Trials of Apollo series. This is book 4 of the Trials of Apollo series, and it is titled The Tyrant's Tomb, and this is by Rick Riordan. So if you are reading that series, we now have this one available for you. This one is a new. It just got published a couple weeks ago. Next, we have 2 books by Gary Paulsen. These come from his Liar Liar series. Liar Liar has 5 books total. Book 1 is Liar Liar. Book 2 is Flat Broke. Book 3 is Crush. And we now have book 4, which is Vote, and book 5, which is Family Ties. So Liar Liar is a more modern, realistic fiction series by Gary Paulsen. Sometimes we tend to think of him as writing more of his books in the kind of like outdoor survival type theme, or even historical fiction, but these are more like realistic modern fiction, kind of the thinner book with the higher lexile, which is why we love Gary Paulsen. So if you guys are interested, we have those now. The Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz gets checked out frequently in the library, and before I only had up to book 9. We now have book 10 and 11. Book 10 is titled Russian Roulette, and book 11 is titled Never Say Die. So what I'm showing you right now, this is actually number 11. Number 10 got checked out because somebody wanted it really, really badly, and I didn't want to make them wait while I filmed this video. So Alex Rider, we now have book 10 and 11. Okay, another series that I'm going to show you some books from comes from the author Ridley Pearson, and this is the Kingdom Keeper series. So if you are in 8th grade and you have Mrs. Q, you will be reading book 1 of that series. And a lot of students enjoy it, and they want to continue reading the other books in the series after book 1 is finished in her class. And so I've kind of been adding to that series every year. So we own the entire Kingdom Keeper series in our electronic library. So if you go on Sora, you can check out the entire series. However, when it comes to the hardback version books, we now have up to book 7. So in this order here, I ordered book 5, 6, and 7. 6 is on back order, so it will come later. They'll ship it to me when it's ready. and what I have to show you right now is books 5 and 7. So book 5 is Shell Game, and then book 7 is The Insider. Okay, and if you're interested in checking out Kingdom Keepers on Sora, or if you're just interested in Sora at all, let me help you. It's in the Dutchman Essentials folder. It's also on our Destiny homepage, and if you want to download the free app on your own device, you can do that too. So I'm the girl you need to see if you need help with that. Next up, we have a series. It's called The Pennyroyal Academy, and these books are by M.A. Larson.
I couldn't quite hear you.
And I don't know why my Siri is going off. Hang on just a second. Okay, that was kind of scary. All right, so The Pennyroyal Academy by M.A. Larson. This is book 3. It's called The Warrior Princess of Pennyroyal Academy. This is a fantasy series. We have book 1 and 2. This is the newest installment, so this is new. It wasn't published too long ago. Okay, a lot of you have read or heard of Rob Bouye. He wrote the Mr. Terrupt series. He also has another series which is called The Perfect Score. The Perfect Score is book 1. He just released book 2, which is The Perfect Secret. So if you enjoyed the Mr. Terrupt books, you should totally check these out. Okay, and that's The Perfect Secret. Next, we have a Seraphina book from Robert Beatty. This is book 4 of the Seraphina series. This is Seraphina and the 7 Stars. Keeping on the kind of fantasy theme, I have 2 new Super Edition books by Aaron Hunter that goes with the Warriors series. So I have Blue Star's Prophecy and Crow Feather's Trial. So if you are a fan of The Warriors by Aaron Hunter, you need to check those out. Going from cats to dogs. So Shiloh is a great traditional classic book. It won the 1992 Newbery Award. A lot of you are probably familiar with the story or with the movie. It's just quintessential dog book. This series is by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor, and there are 4 Shiloh books. The first 3 actually make up the original trilogy, and then there's a supplementary book which I'll show you. So book 1 is Shiloh. Book 2 is Shiloh Season. Book 3 is Saving Shiloh. And the supplementary book written after the original trilogy is called Shiloh Christmas. If you are a fan of Mike Lupica or sports fiction, because that is what he tends to write, we have 2 new books from his Hometown novel series. So there are 5 books in the Hometown novel series. Book 1 is The Only Game. Book 2 is The Extra Yard. Book 3 is Point Guard. Book 4 is one of the new ones that I just bought, and it is called Team Players. And then book 5 is Batting Order. So those are both by Mike Lupica. The last one I am going to show you is by an author named Cheryl Scarborough, and it is titled To Right the Wrongs. So this is a sequel to her first book, which is To Catch a Killer. And these 2 books make up, they call them the Aaron Blake books. Aaron Blake is the main character. So if you are reading or if you have read To Catch a Killer, then you're going to want to check out To Right the Wrongs. So I'm going to set these books out on display and on the shelf as soon as I'm done filming this video. That way they are ready for you guys to check out and enjoy. If there's one you think you want, come and see me, send me an email. If it gets checked out, we can always place it on hold. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.